Alright, hopefully this video is working. Hello YouTube, this is Telecom Guide 10. This is my 94 Nissan King Cab. I don't know how much of it you can see. I've got the camera sort of rigged to the seat, the headrest, pardon me, of the passenger seat. So I don't know what of the driver's perspective you can see. But this is my red 1994 King Cab, or Nissan King Cab XE. It just rolled over 200,000 miles about 2 weeks ago. It's a 5-speed manual transmission. Sorry, I had to stop there. I love the sound of third gear. It has 200,636 miles and counting. It's a 5-speed manual transmission. It has the Nissan's KA24E 4-cylinder engine. Not much to the interior. The previous owner put in a Pioneer stereo. Other than that, everything's stock with this truck. Everything in here does work. The only thing that does need fixing is the bulb behind the temperature controls is burnt out. Other than that, everything in this truck is original. I've put all new belts on it, K&N air filter. I just did an oil change on it this afternoon. Other than that, I really haven't had to do anything to it. I'm really impressed with how good of a truck it's been. I got it in December of 2013, so December of last year. So I'm not going to count up how many months that was, or that is rather. I also put new Bosch wiper blades on it. It still has the original owner's manual, which is in the glove box. And I figured I'd just do a quick cruise to show you how it drives. The experience you're going to get is going to be bouncier than most because I have the two front struts on this truck are actually bad, so it or at least really worn, and so it bounces like an old Cadillac on the front whenever I go over a bump. But other than that, it's a really comfortable ride. I also have a 2006 Toyota Corolla S, and I found that the ride in this truck is actually much more comfortable, at least in terms of seating. There's really not much to cover with this truck. Just a simple old pickup truck. It has does have rear wheel ABS, so it doesn't have a bunch of computers in it. So for some people that would be a big drawback. For me, it's great because it means I don't have a bunch of doohickeys and gizmos that are just going to break, X amount of miles down the road. So, and if you're curious where I'm actually located, at the moment I am making a left off of Oak Harbor Road. I'm in Oak Harbor, Washington at the moment. I'm stationed here with the military. I'm headed to my favorite Thai restaurant in town to get myself some dinner. And if this guy realizes that it's green, and there we go. I don't know much about the previous history of this vehicle. I do know that the previous owner, it was his son's truck. I bought this truck from a guy off of Craigslist in Seattle. I paid $3,400 for it. I've probably put about $4,250 in, probably with vehicle purchasing tax, probably brought me up to around $4,000, and then with parts I probably put about, which brings me up to $4,250. Obviously not including registration, but the title and the taxes, paying sales taxes, was like another $360, I believe, somewhere around there. So really easy truck to drive, obviously, because it is a truck. It's going to have the longer distance between gears versus like a small Honda that's going to have the real short distance between gears. But I find it, once you figure out the give point in the transmission, it becomes pretty easy to drive. Plus, in this town where there's a traffic light every 30 feet, it seems, just like this one, you get used to shifting from first gear all the way to fourth pretty quickly. Otherwise, you're going to end up in trouble. It does have a few problems here and there, like obviously other than the interior. I do need to do the weather stripping on the passenger side door. That's coming apart. I already ordered that. I just got to find what I did with this stupid thing. And then it also needs actually the engine is leaking a little bit of oil. I believe it's the valve gasket cover. Correct me if I'm wrong on that term. I think the the bolts maybe have come loose, or the seal is just getting worn from, you know, many years of driving. But when I got my oil change today, they also mentioned that my front two tires are cracking a little bit, so I'm gonna have to replace those here pretty soon. It's not a lightning fast truck, but I mean, if you give it gas, it'll move. I mean, if you're looking for a truck that's gonna go, you know, if you're looking for one of those douchebag trucks, go get an old Silverado and put a Flowmaster exhaust on it, so you can put the non-functioning CV antenna and the $200 Flowmaster exhaust, so you can drive 30 feet at 5,000 RPM through the Walmart parking lot and show everyone how cool you are. But so this is not a truck for that. A lot of people do like to put this, I believe they're called SAS kits, on these trucks. I personally am not going to do anything that's really non-stock on this truck. I prefer to keep things original. One, I don't have to convince somebody of the value of the items. Obviously this truck's basically going to be worth market value because it did turn 20 in February, so plus it has over 200K on it. But I've been told by quite a few people, plus a family friend of mine that owned one of these for like 20 some odd years, that if you take care of a truck, at least the hard body in general, that it will run for quite a few years. So I'm going to snag a parking spot here. Later on I'll probably do a full video of the truck. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this this brief introduction to my 94 Nissan King Cab rather. Thank you very much for watching.